it's Mark A Squared. So I thought it appropriate that today being Friday the 13th and this being the 13th video that I probably ought to repin that ABUS lock that I thought I might have destroyed the core on. Did a really good job of jamming it into its Bible there and jamming the pin in the second pin slot and damaging the inside between, see those first two pin chambers there with the shiny up on the low? I knocked out a good chunk of that. So we're going to try repinning this and see what happens. I have the associated key pins already selected, and I went with, as far as the driver pins, I went with the double end serrated driver pin that was in there to begin with. And then a standard, and then I put in a spool and a serrated, a standard, and a spool. The spool was already also back there. Everything else was standard before. Just to make it a little bit harder than it was, not by too much, but so I added a spool and I added a serrated here. I was thinking about making one of these other standards also a serrated, but with the damage in there, I thought maybe better not. Let it, because I could always repin it later and come up with, see what looks good next. Let's see here. I'm going to try and do this in view of the camera, but I guess it really doesn't matter if I use my fingers or not. A little bit more dexterous than with those tweezers. Just want to make sure to get the right sides down. I've already went through my collection and found what the appropriate key pins were for this particular key. 533, 535 as far as the keying goes. Come on, there we go. Yeah, that's a little bit better than trying to do that with these. Just to see, what, I want to make sure they all drop below the line and all the rest of that jazz. I've had this guy apart for a few days now, making sure I understand that when I go to insert this, I can have my follower through there, but when I do this, I want to make sure this little pin stays along this metal canal here, right below, oh, you can't see, stays below this metal canal here, above this slot, inside this metal thing, like so that when I insert it, it doesn't get caught up in any of these various holes. When I took it apart, there was a disaster. Well, I talked about that already, so that's cool. Let's see, I'm going to set this down for now. And let's see, here is slightly hard part. I guess first I will put in springs from the back because that's going to be easier to access through the rear here. Let me make sure that as I do that, let's put that in to hold it. Okay, yeah, I put the plate on there. I couldn't remember if I'd put the plate to hold the sixth spring in it or not. Sixth key pins and all the rest of that jazz. I'm babbling. Let me just do this. And I realize you probably can't see nothing. Yeah. And that window actually becomes convenient for manipulating at least the springs into place. And I'm just going to go with those first two. Let's see. I need to... let's see. This is going to be the one. Which side up? I'm going to go other side up so that I've got the... Oops. One's a little narrower than the other side. So I'm going to go with that one there. And I guess I really need to get the follower in place and everything else before I even start doing this, because otherwise it's just all going to fall to pieces here for me. So let's see. I'll get that into place. All the way back at the sixth pin chamber. You really can't see anything in there. That's fine. That's just fine. That's the part of this, I mean, it's finicky and really has a lot of little bits to it that I wish I could get a little bit better view in there, both for myself and for the camera, but kind of is what it is. Let's see, I thought I pushed it down and it didn't actually go down. I just dropped it all into my hand just to see if I can figure out where the hell things were, and I just dropped it right onto the deck there. Let's see, this side up. And I need to have that follower ready so I could jam it in there and keep it locked in place while I get my shit together. But see, I'm not prepared for duty here. Let's see, get that guy in there, go in there. It wants to go, but I can't seem to push it in far enough. Let's see, it popped right back out before I get my follower down on it. Yeah, shit, it's like fighting back. I think it's actually caught on the spool. Come on, go in there. Interesting. I can't get it down far enough to pass the I don't know. There's no lip or anything on that, so I don't know what the hell it was catching on. Oh, it almost shot off into space. I'm getting it. That's the first one. Kind of a pain in the rump. I like the ones that have the pegs in them, because the caps in them, because then you could just go for it. You don't have to deal with all this upside down pushing against the springs and stuff. I guess spoiled by practice locks, huh? Let me see if I use those other tweezers instead and get the pin oriented properly with them, because they're kind of built to do that. So this is a standard pin, so it doesn't really matter which. See, it pops right the hell back out, though. I can't seem to. Well, where'd it go? Oh, it literally is in the gripper. God bless America. I just popped that 6-pin back out. This is why I hate this, because it's so damn finicky, and the minute you make a mistake, it all comes flying back out at you. So I gotta reset that bad dog from the start. Just frickin' do it. It's already 10 minutes and I haven't even gotten the first fucking pin in place yet. I did note that I have a view through this window, and I'm going to take advantage of that while I can. That's one down again. Come on, you little bad dog. Oh, it was in there very briefly, and then I got too aggressive with my damn pusher here. I'm going to pull that back just enough to not expose that last pin again. Maybe do this right. God damn it. I may not even do this on camera. I may just say screw it and just... Because the deal is I'm trying to be showing, right? Not just fucking doing. Okay, Mark A squared back. I had to turn off the camera because trying to record it and do it at the same time just was overwhelming me, and I decided to just get it done. So instead of filming the actual pinning, you'll have to trust me that what was here on the tray is here in the frickin' Bible. It doesn't matter anyways. It's not like I'm doing it for a belt or anything. So let's see. Now here's the other traditional place where I fucked this up. I'm going to follow this through and pray to the gods that I can get everything in locked. Beautiful. Okay, can I pull this out? It's a little stiff, but yeah, it's a little, and that might be the damage. Oh, it might also be that I'm about to pull it off the back here. Let me reassemble the rest of this. Let's see. This bit goes down here, I think. Get it in the right orientation. And then this bit goes back on here. Needs to be, the notch goes in the bottom. This will lock it all back into place. Assuming I can get everything back into here. Oh, and I missed. See what the little guy there. I do is not stab at myself or destroying my tweezers. There we go. Okay, let's see. So this has an orientation. I see. So maybe it slips under there. No. Oh, maybe I did destroy this with the, assuming that I can let that, yeah, I can relax that hand. And that's aligned. And I see if I push it up, okay. So let's try that again. Might have just needed to be a little bit more careful with my alignment. There we go. I don't know that it's fully seated. Let's see what I can do about that. locked in place or not. So I'm going to do this on the side of the desk. I'm going to use that for leverage. Yep, I had to push it. So I use the side of the desk to just force that through. Security measure, right? But that's back in place. This still turns. It's a little rough, but it still turns. Let's see, now I've got this guy with the little black dot facing up. So I could do this correctly here. Set it somewhere where I can grab it. There we go. Okay. Now I got this guy. Totally forgot I had a shim ready to use for the rest of the other process, but it didn't enter my memory when I actually could have used it. Okay, so that's in. It's set for key retaining. That's beautiful. Okay, so let me get my screw into there. Screw it into place. Give it a little extra. There we go. Yeah, keys retained. Okay, well. Okay, well, it opens. Key comes out. Okay, well, there we go. I've got it back assembled. I doubt highly I could pick it right off the bat because I put some heavy stuff in there. Heavier than what was in there. A couple of spools and stuff. Let's see here. Now, see, this is going to slip. I'm going to need to get the thicker one. Yeah, it's much more mysterious down in there now. In any case, I may or may not post the first video where I got frustrated with trying to put the pins in there because it was a lot of just frustration of me trying to do things. The secret was, or the thing was that Friday the 13th video, so, and I was choosing to repin the one that I kind of blew out that core, the back of the core. Well, here it is. We'll see if I could pick it. I'll play with that and see what's what. But for now, yeah, I really have to get a better tools, better contraption or something for being able to put pins inside of these little bad dogs, because doing it on this camera setup is not working for me. Mark A squared out.